Let's move on to the co-main event of the evening. Our second title fight of the night. Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway, the trilogy. Oh my fucking God.
Is there really much to say other than Volk's P4P?
Well, I mean, there's, exactly. There's so much to talk about just on the side of Alexander Volkanovski. I mean, we will get to Max eventually. We all love Max. You know, it is what it is one of our favorite sound fights on our board. He's one of our favorite fighters. And, like, I'll always love Max Holloway. He's 30 years old, got plenty of time. Still, it's crazy the man's only 30 years old and has done as much as he's done already. But on the side of Alexander Volkanovski, we have to start talking about him being pound for pound. And guys, this is the guy who says Bud Usman all the time. Bud Usman, Bud Usman, Bud Usman. I mean, I need a shirt that says Bud Usman.
Yeah, we do.
But,
that's
like,
a great idea.
I'm telling you right now, like, and as much as a fan as I am of Kamaru Usman, like, I have to be real here. Alexander Volkanovski is neck and neck right now with pound for pound. Best fighter in the UFC right now. I mean, just absolute domination of one of the best featherweights in the history of the sport in Max Holloway. And what he was able to do in this third fight, 50-45 on all on all three scorecards is just, it blows my mind.
Maybe there needs to be five judges.
There probably should be 5 judges. I actually agree with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, I don't think I called for a 50-45, but I did think it was going to be a Volk domination. That's what it was, dude. I mean, that was like an ass beating from hell. Like that's what Max Holloway does to opponents. You know, like the Brian Ortega fight, the Calvin Kattar fight, like so many fights where Max just went through there and walked through guys like that. And he was on the receiving end of that, dude. And it was, at some points it was hard to watch. That cut over Max Holloway's eye was disgusting.
Oh my God.
Deep.
So deep.
And fire that fucking cut, man. Fire that man.
I wouldn't say, you know, fire the doctor, because thank God it didn't get stopped. And it's so funny because I guess DC in the commentary was like, anyone else who was fighting right now, they would have called it. But because it's Max and we can't have this get a doctor stoppage would have ruined this fight, in my opinion. Because if it's a no contest or a doctor stoppage, there still would have been that asterisk of, oh, Max.
I mean, not after 4 rounds of domination. They stopped it before the 5th.
That cut did not happen in the 4th, dude.
I know it was early. It was early. But I'm saying if it was
they would have called it in the 2nd, it wouldn't have been a fight.
Yeah, I get you.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad they did not. Now, if they would have stopped in the 4th or 5th, I agree. At that point, we had saw the domination of Volk. But that cut happened real early in that fight. And, dude, had they had stopped the fight, it would have put an asterisk on this fight, and then we would have had to do it again. But Volk absolutely solidified his legacy and just how incredible he is. And you know what? I take him against the best of the best in the lightweight division as well. I really do. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Tabor?
No,
how do you think he competes in the lightweight division?
Max or Volk?
No, Volk.
Volk, I think he's very competitive in the lightweight division. I think it's a great idea for him to move up. I don't know. Like, does he beat an Oliveira? Like, does he beat Islam Makhachev? Does he beat, you know, a Gaethje, a Chandler, a Poirier? I think he's very competitive with every single one of those guys. Why the fuck not? If he's run through this 145 division, which essentially he has now, I don't see anybody at 145 pounds competing with him, period, right now.
I want to throw this in, too, okay? Because this is something very important to think about in this lightweight division. And I think Alexander Volkanovski moving up to lightweight after we get the Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, but after, okay. But we talk about this all the time in the lightweight division. This is the diva division. No one wants to fight anyone. Everyone wants to do this or that. We have a perfect excuse now for the next #1 contender, which would obviously be Alexander Volkanovski after this next title fight. And then you got guys like Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, who both have 2 title shots, Michael Chandler. Things are going to have to things are going to have to move forward. We're going to talk about MMA news and what happened in the crowd as well. That it could be another potential fight. You also have Conor McGregor wanting to fight someone in this lightweight division, but I really think because of Volk moving up in this kind of new, fresh championship blood in this division, I think will be the best thing for the lightweight division. I really do.
I agree.
I really do, and I think we're going to start seeing more of these fights happening because people are going to be forced. Their hands are going to be forced with now adding the featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski to the mix.
Because he's going to leapfrog everybody.
Exactly.
And he can, and he has that pedigree. Like, if they went Oliveira Volk for the championship belt, they didn't said, sorry, Islam, fuck off, go fight Beneil. I mean, I'd have to be like, you know, it is what it is, dude.
Dude.
It is what it is.
When you're #2 pound for pound greatest fight on the rankings, so we can talk about the #1. But as it sits right now, #2 pound for pound, yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Islam, but Volk if he leapfrogs Islam, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
Volk's
I
just
agree.
that good, man.
Let's just talk about pound for pound. Like, is he number one pound for pound right now? Should he be with the pedigree we've seen and the domination we've seen over some of the best athletes at 145 pounds?
Can they just share number one?
I know. Well, they'll probably just be bouncing back and forth every time someone gets a fucking title defense.
Yes.
I mean, let's be real.
I mean, at this point, yeah, absolutely.
If he gets the belt at lightweight and he's double champ, without a doubt, no debate, he's pound for pound number one until Kamaru can do something like that.
Yeah, he's got to be. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's really tough. I mean, dude, the level of competition both these guys have fought have been top notch. I mean, Alexander Volkanovski 3 times against Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Korean Zombie. It's just like, it's incredible. And then you have Kamaru Usman, you know, Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington twice, Jorge Masvidal twice. Like,
and then now, and maybe if he gets the
maybe
victory,
Leon
maybe Leon Edwards.
and a guy
too.
who's won 9 or 10 fights in a row. I mean, so again, like both these guys are taking on the best of the best. And here's the thing too. I think, you know, with this title defense, we could put Volkanovski at 1, but then Kamaru beats Leon.
He goes
then
back.
He could go 1. And
They're gonna be
then Volk's
flip-flopping.
going to go to the lightweight division. What if he wins the belt? He goes up. But then if Kamaru takes on Hamzat Chimaev, beats him, then he would have to go up.
It's
so
crazy.
It's going to be crazy, man, for pound rankings right now. But they can definitely flip-flop. I'm fine with that for sure.
I mean, how blessed are we as fans right now?
Oh, it's great.
Let's be real. Like, we're just blessed as fans to be able to see these incredible fights happening week after week. And I absolutely love
stacked,
it.
man.
July
I
is
mean,
fucking
July,
ridiculous.
Are you kidding me or what? I cannot wait to get into the preview show because there are just so many good fights this week and this whole month. So
Yeah. You know, shout out to Volkanovski for being as dominant as he is. I mean, we didn't even talk about Max Holloway yet. Let's end it on him real quick. Like, what does he do? Does he just become the constant number one contender at 145 pounds? Does he become that gatekeeper? Or does he maybe move up to 155 too?
how about he goes, and I'm joking when I say this, so don't everyone flip out. But how about the Jose Aldo route where he drops down to bantamweight?
Are you kidding me, Mason?
Yeah.
Are you
No,
crazy?
He's definitely too thin to. He already looks too thin to drop.
He
down
already
another
looks
10
like the
pounds.
crypt keeper every time he makes weight.
He
to
should move up
145.
to 170.
Yeah, there we go. But no, I mean, if he takes a year to 2 years off and just does a lot of weightlifting and stuff, maybe he moves up to lightweight. But again, he's still got Volk up there.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's
rough.
tough, man. It's tough for Max. I mean, Max is an elite fighter, bro. And like, we're kind of in that John Jones DC category where if it wasn't for John Jones, DC would have been the champion for a very, very long time. It was a champion for a while when John had all those problems. But that's kind of how it is with Volk and Max. You know, it's just he'll never be champ as long as Volk is there. So
It is what it is, my guy. Let's get into church coin picks. I did take Alex Volkanovski. I put 6,000 church coin on him at a plus 190. That gave me return, or a minus 190, my bad. That gave me a return of 3,157 church coin.
yeah, so I bet for Volk initially all week, but then last second I switched it due to like church coins and whatnot. But I did lose that one. I put something on Holloway,
It was-
2503
yeah.
on Holloway, and lost that.